If you're wondering what a vegetarian sausage roll is, simple, fantastic. That's what it is. And it's a brilliant alternative to those great old classic meaty sausage rolls. In here, I've got self-raising flour, there's 175 grams, and you need just 75 grams of vegetarian suet. Add that to it. Now, we're just going to have a pinch of salt, and all you do now is mix it with water. And probably about 6 to 8 tablespoons will be enough to give you a good pliable dough. Just stir it in like this. You see, I'm not measuring, I'm just working it in. You start to feel the pastry come together. A little bit more. Now, vegetarian flavour, well, I thought I'd give you the most basic, and there's endless combinations that you can do with it, but this is going to be one of our old favourites, cheese and onion. Isn't that a great old British favourite? Right, I think the dough is just about there. I'm going to add about another teaspoon, that's enough. And we have the pastry made. You see, it's a lot quicker than making a flaky or a puff pastry. So, stage one. Next, we're just going to work the dough into a little bit more of a pliable kind of texture. So just work it in the hand like that. And this way, of course, you're spreading the actual suet through the pastry itself. Now, roll it slightly so you have this almost Swiss roll size. And now just half it like that. So we've got 2 little pieces of dough here. This one can go back in the bowl. And again, just another little dusting on top, make a sort of a rectangle. And now all you have to do is roll it. Now, what you need is something that's going to be sort of approximately 10 inches by 4 inches, a nice long strip of the actual dough. So just roll as you're spreading the dough. That's enough. The next thing, we're just going to brush that with a little touch of water on about a centimetre border all the way around. So let's just do this. Very quick and easy to make. And now the cheese. In here, now I'm being quite extravagant here, but I want a really good cheesy flavour. So I've got 175 grams of good, strong cheddar cheese. Into that, I'm going to add about 1 medium onion finely chopped. I think that's plenty. And, of course, we're going to add a little dusting of cayenne. This really does spice it up, so you're going to get that little bite just happening at the back when you eat it. Now, we just mix them all together. Simple as that. Oh, I can smell it already. Now, half of this we're going to just put into the centre, making sure that we leave that border. So just spread it all on. Look. And I think that's about half. And just pat it out quite thin. You really want to make sure that you've got sort of an equal spreading of the cheese. And that looks good enough for me. There we are. Now, we're just going to roll it up. And look, there's nothing fancy about this. It doesn't look fancy now. It really is very, very basic and very simple. The beauty of it is as well, when they cook up, you'll see how simple they look again. There's going to be no fancy shapes. They're not going to come up and puff up like big balloons. They are going to look homemade. Now, there we have a lovely, almost sausage roll shape. Another little dusting, and just lightly roll it like that. So you're really capturing the shape that you want. Nice cylinder, making sure, of course, that where it's sealed underneath, that stays at the base. That way it won't open up during cooking. So there's a little tip. And I think this will give you approximately 10 in total. 5 from each lovely sausage roll mix. And now just sit them. Don't reshape them. I love that. Can you see the way that bends when the knife goes through? I think that looks really good. And we're going to put these onto a buttered tray. And now all I'm going to do is roll the next batch. And then all we have to do is cook them. So, there we have 10. Let's bring the tray here, because the next thing I'm going to do is just lightly egg wash them, because I want to create a nice colour on top as well. And you know the beauty of these? As you're cooking them, your kitchen will be filled with cheese and onion and that little bite of cayenne happening behind it. It's wonderful. So, egg washed, into the oven, And you need this on about 220, that's gas mark 7, and these take about 15 to 20 minutes. Right. In the oven. And there are the results. Vegetarian sausage rolls. Might not look the most shapely in the world, but they are the most flavoursome.